Gonna continue with this existential risk website. And since last time, I think I've changed some of the colors here, and yeah, this might be the final colors now. Let's see. And I think I added these formulas here. I think they look pretty decent right now. I'm gonna try to have the balance of having them a little bit simplified maybe, and this is the correct one, yeah, or actually it should be maybe this one. I'm gonna restart this. Okay, maybe it works now. So, and I also looked at how this looks without this grid, and I think it looks even better. So I'm kind of happy with that. And so grid meaning these like solid lines that go here. I think it makes it a little bit, because now that the grid is there, it's just there to help me work stuff out. But let's see actually if I could turn it off. If I just remember, how do you turn it? Because that helps me to look at like what will be the final result. Okay, display and grid settings. Settings. It should also be in the view menu. So let's see. Okay. Yeah, now it's off. So I think it looks better. It has a more kind of like minimalist look. Some spam here. Okay. Okay, one thing that I need to do is I want to add here for 2025 this kind of similar thing that we have for like for this expected lives. We need similar kind of like box in here, kind of like this starting position. And yeah, and it's gonna start at 0, so I'm gonna copy this one, and it's gonna come in here. So let's just have something like, we can have it say 0 years and start. Have this one in smaller, so that something like this. Because now this expected lives thing, it's a measure of like a cumulative progress. I'm gonna put this here. Okay. Yeah, let's add some of those. We have some of those arrows in here, so can have a similar arrow. And maybe also add one over here as well. So these two. And I also think that I might want to, because I have these boxes now as this kind of like there's this dashed outline, but I was thinking of making it solid and maybe white like this, because there's this line that's showing like the time that it goes behind these boxes, but it's also related to the boxes. And I was wondering if I'd make these box lines to be is it this a little bit, so this line style to make it solid again like that. So I think it might even be better at connecting these, or not, I'm not quite sure. Oops. So if it's something like this, so is it still clear that like this line continues, this like a solid light from 2025, it continues down and then goes here? Maybe it's quite clear, and maybe it would be even better to have all of these to be just solid, because I think the dashed line might feel kind of noisy in a sense. And it's gonna harder to maybe notice some of the things. For example, I have these arrows that go in the end of some of those lines. I think it's harder to maybe distinguish those arrows if there's like this dashing going on. So I'm gonna try and see how it looks like if I if I just change everything as to solid color. This also, it's kind of nice that I have all of these lines on the same layer, so I can also check out like how this would look without those boxes. And I think the boxes help a little bit, and it's also the effect that because there's the line that goes behind there, if I don't have anything on top of those lines, those white lines that go back there, then they kind of mess up with those numbers that they go through, especially the bottom row, this expected lives thing, because there's no this like black background that goes, and also the color is very close to white, so it's hard to distinguish there. And I think this having these boxes, it makes easier to have these arrows that kind of like show the connections between different variables. It would be a lot harder to do without those. Maybe one thing that I could do here when I have these timelines here, I wonder where they are actually. I could make them thicker than the other lines, so that could be kind of like a way to make a little bit of differentiation. So yeah, they're here. So if I increase the thickness, it could increase it like quite a bit, and maybe the center lines already has a little. It's already a little bit thicker. So now, like that's one way. There's also like this. This arrow doesn't really. It's a little bit tricky because there's such a like a. There isn't a lot of space for this arrow. I think I still have like some of these lines that they are on gray as opposed to the white, but maybe that's fine. Having them on different layer also makes it a lot easier to deal with, like if I have to change something in the layer, it's very annoying if the box is in the same layer, because then it always chooses the box instead. Yeah, one other major thing that I want to do, because this kind of like this version of the graph is gonna, I want to indicate, I want this to be a very simplistic version, or something that would be easy to read for user, kind of like to be kind of some kind of opening view. So that's why I also have like I don't have so many timescale, and I have like very like a minimal set of these variables, and they are like simple variables that I have here. And other step in that minimalism would be to collapse some of these option menus to the left, and yeah, I'm kind of like wondering how to best do that. How to make them kind of like indicative that they are collapsed. So let's see if we can Google it about like what would be a good symbol. And it's gonna be something that's kind of like this direction, that it's gonna be collapsed to the bottom, but I don't think that's really what I'm looking for. Yeah, maybe some of these symbols here, like maybe that symbol, just like a downward arrow, and I wonder if I could just make it on my keyboard somehow. Would it be easy? I think that's quite like and there's also like those like make window small or make window large kind of symbols that would work here, like the ones that you have on the, I think it's a little bit like in the browser menu or something like that, but they might not be so obvious like what they're trying to do. So let's see if I have that kind of arrow thing, like how would I get it to work. And I'm also wondering now, like, how should I, like, I have the menus here, and there's also some, yeah, that's some background thing that I still have left. So how would this be? I'm kind of like thinking of making a copy of this, and because the changes that I'm gonna make are quite radical, so so I'm just gonna be removing stuff. So what if I have this group menu here, so I'm just thinking like if I duplicate this group, duplicate layer, or can I duplicate groups? I would suppose so. Yeah, so now it's now there's a copy of those on top. So now if I make this original to be invisible, and then I'm actually gonna go and fix that. I think here I have the background layer. Yeah, it hasn't painted on the, so we're gonna repaint all of that. It has to, let's see, okay, it should be like that. So now we can go back to the menu, and I think I'm gonna leave like maybe one or two of these menus open, like something that's kind of like either like most important or maybe easiest to understand for the user, something like that. That's gonna be the focus. I think the timescale thing, I might leave that. There is, I have here like indicated that you can, by clicking here, you can choose that timescale, but it could be nice to have. It doesn't maybe, and here on the top, like I have that there are these that the scale goes up to 1 million years, but this might not be indicative enough. So you might not get the impression that you can go up to million years, because there's just this button that you can go up to like 10,000 years. So it might be a little bit, and like how it would work is that if you click this, it would bring up these new inputs, and then it would bring up another button that you can choose to add like 100,000 and so on. But this might not be like might not be so easy thing to understand. So so yeah, that's why I'm kind of like skipping it. Or rather like it, yeah. I think I will retain that. Then there's this comparison thing that would be important in a sense that makes it easier to understand like where are these changes coming from, like what are these green, these are all can be green values, by the way, and I think I should make it a little bit easier to understand now. So I'm going to change this to green here. Use this green like that, and gonna change this to gray because there's no change here. It's been a little bit unclear maybe. Okay. Yeah. something like that. I also might have like there's a little bit different hue, like one of these greens is a little bit off, so I might as well fix it right now. Yeah, I think this might be a little bit off. I'm sorry. The green is here. It's still a little bit annoying that I cannot. Isn't like too easy way to choose this applicable color, even if I have it on there in the right in the palette of last colors that I have used. It's still not like super easy to. This might have actually been correct colors. Okay, maybe not. Maybe they are now correct. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what else. Yeah, at least this simulation thing, especially, and this. So what I'm gonna like collapse this. I think all of the rest of this stuff here, and yeah. There's also one thing that's a little bit. Yeah, maybe the visibility. The visibility one as well. I think I want from. I would like to have it somehow like quite clear that you can choose different population measures. So, or that you can choose the population measures instead of just these this expected lived years, and they have like here this these are it could be like something like something like outcome variables or something like that. It could be like and it could be like lower, I think, in this menu. It's like one thing that would make it maybe easier. So let's try if we have this additional menu here. So I only want to keep. And there's so much spam now. I only want to keep the I only want to keep the title of each menu. So I wonder. Yeah, that's like the maybe also the background. The backgrounds are not in. The background should be in vector as well, but they're not. So let's try and make this kind of like symbol. So it's gonna be in white, and I'm just gonna, oh, I could actually, I wonder if I could just use like this symbol, make it bigger, just a minute. Like this. But it would have to be just like other way around. Like so. But yeah, I don't know. Like I would at least make it bold. And yeah, not sure about that. Or could it be? Could I like put it here, like under? Is this like clear enough that you can click? It should be in the left hand side or something. I think we're gonna like play around with few of these options and use different ones in different menus. Also here, should I just like remove this? Yeah, I'm not gonna need this at any point. Or can I just? Yeah, I can just. Yeah, it's in different. It's in same layer. I cannot just make it invisible. I'm just gonna remove it. I can bring it back afterwards. And I could also. I haven't really focused so much on the. Yeah, because now I have this comparison thing in two different spaces. I think that's just for that one. Like the comparison thing. It's in here. And it's also in here. Like this is more of a like a custom it's comparison and scenarios. Yeah, I'm gonna remove these here. I think it's just gonna make it like this. Oops. So this can now be the default size also of yeah, and this is maybe not so important now either. Because it's all gonna be it's more important if I just want to I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna make just in case I'm gonna make I'm gonna make separate layers for the titles, and I'm just gonna move all of these titles to those, and then I can just move that. Yeah, and also like tricky thing with these. So I should make. Let's see how easy it is to make. I want to replace these paint things. How do I? Okay, it's just like I think it's just white, and then you make it opaque. So when we fill it with foreground color. So if I make it like this, I think it has to be something that's not so. And if you make it opaque and then you take off this, yeah, this might even look better now that it's just a little bit like the corners, they're not quite. So I'm gonna add that. I'm gonna maybe add in this right now the. Gonna try this one. I think it's gonna be very similar. I wonder if I can. Yes, I can rotate this. But does it look good if I? And can I even like? Yeah, because it's a letter, or it's this kind of like symbol. I cannot stretch it like I could if it was some kind of like just lines or something like that. It doesn't. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm happy with either of these. Let's see if there's like better option. Like better like collapsed, better symbol for like a collapsed menu. Like here they have a same kind of thing here, and here as well, a collapse icon. But this is more, of course, this is like a lot more professional looking. And I wonder if I can. Is this one of those that you could just like copy paste, or is it kind of like a ASCII thing, or like yeah, let's look at here. I think they had some I'm not looking at arrows. I think there was something to do with computer symbols, because I was looking at something else before. I was looking at some like click some symbol, so like to indicate that you can click here. I'm not sure. MISC technical. Okay, that's just arrowhead. So I'm looking something to indicate that this is like a collapsed menu, or it can be expanded. So what would be nice about these things is that if I find a good symbol here, it's something that you can then put just like a copy paste there, like as a text. Here's also like this kind of drop shadow thing, which I was looking at some point, or like how to do this kind of drop shadow. Okay, I think these are quite. This could be like this could be. It could work. I don't think it's like it's not quite meant for this, but it could work. I'm kind of like also looking if there happens to be like some of those things that indicate like a click, like some kind of click symbol. Like here again, like these are very like computer style symbols, but it's just not quite what I'm looking for. No. It could be in arrows again somewhere. Not too sure. Let's see how does this work. So just put it in here, and I'm gonna make it white. Like that. It looks quite big. Can I make it? Can I make it? Oh, it's. Can I make it smaller in here? Yeah. Can I take that off? Yeah, I'm not quite sure about this either. Oh, it's yeah, and you cannot stretch it. I could also it could be useful to maybe left justify everything. So here I think this title like this. And maybe I cannot even like see it so well if I don't have this like this. Yeah, maybe that could be quite okay. So let's test it out with some of the other stuff. So we have this user input. There's this. I'm gonna copy this layer to everything now. Yeah, and I might have to. Should I just? Is this like one? I'm just gonna remove this stuff. Yeah, I think they're on the, because I don't think I have the. I don't want to like. Gonna make this a little bit shorter. So from here I'm gonna. How can I pick this up? Oh, this is the wrong one. You have to go to this title one. Yeah, just specify here like which one of these are the background. So if this is the background, so I'm just gonna call this one background, and I'm gonna copy it in here. Yeah, I should just remove these paint layers because they're just, I'm not gonna use them anymore. And gonna take this off. And I'm gonna take off the this. Yeah. So, oops. Just remove this stuff. So we're making a lot of empty space. It's gonna make this a lot more readable. If I'm gonna change this, yeah, I'm gonna have to decide if I want to keep this visibility menu, and if I do, then I have to choose what kind of values I have there. So, because there's a lot of outdated stuff there, like the input formula thing, I don't think it's relevant in this one. I'm just gonna remove those that are not relevant here. Yeah, this is such a big one. Yeah, these are the titles. So yeah, and they are all expected human lives. At year. Maybe I should call expected life years of humanity. And there's some stuff here. Yeah, there, in the left upper left corner there is some math formula that it's kind of like not. I think that's one of the. Let's see what. Yeah, it's this one. Okay. Can I just remove all of that? Is there something else? I don't know. So, expected human lives by year, expected live years. Yeah, I was supposed to add like one thing here, which was so is this one? Yeah. So let's add here expected human lives and expected welfare, because yeah, I want to have like a many kind of different. Maybe I could somehow try to categorize these different outcome variables or make them in kind of like little blocks or something. So what if I leave just empty rows like that? So now the middle ones are gonna like these outcome variables, and the top ones are gonna like these like purely input variables, and then the rest are just like how to handle this timescale thing. It's a bit different. I could also have like this timescale thing in different or this could be, I could have a title if this was like titled let's so visibility of outcomes, then that could I'm gonna put it to the left. I think that could indicate that it's then this kind of like fall quite well under like that, even if they're quite different. So let's move this. We need to make it bigger, so I'm gonna move down some of these others. So we move the time scale down and this comparison thing, and now we have more room. Yeah, and I'm gonna need the background variable to in here as well. I think I have the paint one, so I'm gonna remove the paint. Background, and what's it doing now? Oh, it's this one. Why is it this one in here? I thought this was removed. It should be. Yeah. Nope. It's kinda weird. Okay. Now I put it down. Okay. It's working maybe. Some weird stuff going on here. Oh, did I put that background? Did I put it on the? There's some like pretty strange behavior going on, because I just wanted to copy the. Okay, copy layer. Maybe it wasn't copying the layer, it was copying just like yeah, it was just copying like some part of the layer, so I don't know. So so let's see how if I have here this symbol, how well is it gonna work over here now that I have this one. So and I just gonna try to rotate it, so this would indicate that this menu is open now, and just gonna, there's some wonder what, where is that square from? It's from here somewhere. Okay, take that square off, and So this is the title. Yeah. I'm not sure if this works like I'm moving everything. Could I just keep them right centered if I just move this if I move these arrows to the right hand side? So like this, so this would be here and the title would be here next to it. I'm also gonna move everything down a little bit to make some separation for the title. So okay, let's do this one next. Again, we're gonna copy the background. Copy layer, paste layer. So this comparison is gonna stay on. Oh, I already had. You can change it off. So I would like to move this visibility menu downwards. So that's kind of see how this would. So if this was in here and I think it's either the time. I think the time scale menu is easier to understand. So I kind of like have. I kind of want to bring that like to be the first one. It could also be nice if I could leave some. Well, I can check it later, but like empty space, like in general up here. Like the problem in general is that the user or like who is viewing this is gonna, there's a lot of stuff here in the left, and as we read from left to right, then there's a lot of stuff that's gonna like get the attention, even though if it shouldn't get that much attention. Yeah, I think otherwise this order could work quite okay. Yeah, I'm gonna look at how much of space is all of this gonna take. And there's this additional menus in here. So is that good? Yeah, I'm wondering if I could have where did it go? Yeah, here if I could move everything here down, like if it was like on this level or something, or actually this could be pretty cool, like if it started at same level as where I have those time scales, because that's kind of like relevant there. Also, I think what I kind of prefer, I could prefer this, like having this stuff justified right, because it's gonna I think that's gonna maybe divert the focus to the right hand side more compared to here. If these arrows are here on the left, the user is gonna like they're gonna focus on there because they have to click there on the left hand side, or they might think that they have to click there on the left hand side. So let's see. Oh, it's the wrong one. So I'm gonna take this one and bring it up there. Yeah, maybe I should have these arrows first, because then they will help me like plan the placement of the titles. So if I have the comparison here, yeah. Yeah, this one still has the old kind of background. So copy layer and remove this layer, bring this one in here. Okay. Yes, I think there's still like some better way to on these like menu titles, to emphasize that they are menu titles. I think it would be good. I'm not sure. I could add some kind of like maybe just a different shade of background, like make it more white or something, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's necessary after all. So let's see. let's have this and this one to the left. So now we get to see if how well do this work together if there's both these opened and closed menus in I think it could work quite okay. So move this one at the same spot. That a bit of difference to the background placement. It's okay. I think this works pretty well, like now that I get them like below each other. So let's take this one and we can now that there's this kind of a quite good sequence of these symbols. So I think this is the last one. Do I still have? Yeah, I have to add oh. And I could remove from this, or I could be a bit more specific here. What did I have here? I think I removed that, but I had here something about those at least like catastrophic risks. Could be like, yeah, something like that. Yeah, maybe the average user, they don't maybe understand like what's the, well, it can be explained there, like what's the difference between these catastrophic risks and the existential risk, but it's not really important now either. It's just like, just to indicate that there's just another menu there. Okay. So this is good. It has brought at least like some level of a little bit more like air to the image. Can I move this a little bit to the left? It's kind of annoying that these are not like totally in line now, and they are at different like height levels as well. So it's, yeah. Yeah, still that I have to choose here is that what would be a good, also I need to move this visibility title a little bit, this one down just a little bit. Like how do I handle this? Where do I start here on the left hand side? Like would it be like the most natural thing would be to start just like up, like at the very top here. So it's still gonna bring it's kind of weird if I don't do it like this, to be honest, because then the user is gonna think that why is there this space up here, but on the other hand, if I but what if I start like here, and how this would work now is that if you open something here, it's gonna open it down there, and then it's gonna push everything above it upwards. So yeah, it's not really like, maybe it's not quite optimal way to do it, because yeah, it's just it's not very good like for usability that it changes where things are. On the other hand, it kind of like happens also in the cases where you open something in between, it's gonna push everything below it downwards. But I think that's kind of more okay, because we go from top to bottom, so it doesn't. It's kind of like more natural thing to happen. Yeah, but let's see how this would work. Would this be okay? I could also if I turn, because when I have these slides, I could choose to have this slide text be kind of like bottom adjusted, so that it would be like from bottom onwards. But yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe this works okay. Yeah, one thing that I kind of like want to do. Oh, something is in a bit wrong place here. So okay. Yeah, this is not. I don't think this is needed. Yeah. One thing. Yeah, I want to add. I wonder if I can fit it here, because it's getting like super crowded here. But I want to add more decimals in here. So is that, how would we manage that? And by the way, these numbers are like all wrong. I just want to add one more decimal, but I'm kind of like Yeah, it doesn't take so much. It's gonna take a little bit more space. So we just stretch everything like for an amount that it would take to fit. One decimal, and maybe even a bit more, because I think these boxes, these extinction risk boxes, they're a bit crowded to begin with, so we're gonna need some more space. So the most annoying thing about doing this is dealing with these arrow things in here. So let's try. We're gonna need to add one more arrow, and these things are just hell. Yeah, like you see here, it just moves it. Like, what's the difference? Minus 5.5. Let's see if we can do this. Yeah, it's not good. So yeah, discard. It's why does it mess it up? So let's try again that we go here. Yeah, I never really figured out how this works. Or should it be here? Should this be minus 5.5? No. Is it in here? Minus 3. Oh, I think the one, okay. I think the issue here is that I have to be sure that it still takes it the wrong way. Okay, that works. So I'm going to just add a 0 here, like that, and there's this box here. I'm going to stretch it like this. This is also like one reason why I like having not to have so many of these different time periods, because now I only have to do this for 2 of these things. No. So let's try the 3.5. No, it has to be 5.5, I think. there's still this one segment here that is not. There's something about this that I just don't understand. How does this work? Could I just take this from below and just turn it around? Like now that I have something that works, I'm just gonna do this. Yeah. Take that off and just place this in here. Yeah. Also, okay, yeah, this has to be a little to the right. It's not quite like centered. Okay, yeah, this kind of now makes it that you can make 10 times more accurate or precise changes. Come on. So just add a 0 here, like that. And now I think I'm just gonna copy this one. Let's see first, like, can we move this just a little bit to the left? Because there's just it brings also a little bit more air to this. Now it should be easy to just copy this one. I'm gonna take this like this and move this one, and now I'm just gonna copy paste this in here, and take, yeah, this one. Just gonna add that 1 0 here, if we can get to open this one. Yeah, now it's good. No. God damn it with these arrows, really. Okay. It's those arrows, they are like there's so much of some empty space there. I move this just a little bit to the left, I think. This block. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Now I could go, because these are, all of these are using kind of old numbers here, so I was thinking about calculating those new numbers. But I'm not sure if that's very stream friendly. I'm gonna do some cleaning up here. There's some stuff here that's it's kind of meant for kind of like helping out. I think I could just remove this, but I don't know. There might be some small chance that I need it at some point. Okay, that was that. And there's... Okay, that's somewhere. Probably somewhere. Just trying out. It's somewhere here in the input. I'm just like trying to figure out where I have that text so I can remove it. It's not here. Okay, it's here. Now I can select it, and yeah, I don't think there's anything. Yeah, nothing here is needed now. So now I'm gonna like get the impression of what it's gonna look like. Yeah, like some things that yeah, let's do that because there's this lived life here, which kind of like is the, I don't know, expected lived life would be better there, but I kind of like the conciseness in this case. Yeah, it's this vector. I just need to replace this color with this one, and I'm gonna make it like how I want to do this is that I'm gonna make this even more opaque than the lived life. I could also use some different color or something, but I think this, if the user just makes the connection that these areas here that are under the, or areas that are on the graph are related to these expected lives, yeah, that's gonna help. So I'm not gonna finish this graph like in too much detail because I want to okay, I'm gonna do one small fix here now that otherwise I'm gonna miss this. So this 0 was at the wrong place. Okay. Yeah, it might be difficult still to understand these small percentages. Like here, if you have a 0.001 percentage improvement, is that like easy to understand? But I also had the idea at some point to make it to have these ratios as kind of like the main focus, but there's other problems with that. So this okay, let's do maybe some calculation things for a short while. So this is how I've been calculating those percentages. I haven't haven't got around to making this into a kind of like it's a little bit takes a little bit of effort to try out different numbers here. I haven't I could do better with that one. So, and these numbers, they have until now they've been used to for a bit different time scales, and I gonna want to try out different ones. Yeah, I could try here something smaller maybe. It could be like 1.5 or something. It could be, I think it, yeah, I'm gonna like surprised. Has this been so big? 0.02. I thought it would have been smaller. And it could be like I could just use like something like this, because this would be this could be super easy to understand. It's not gonna go as low as that one. I think it's gonna go. So is this gonna be like 85% survival rate or something like that? Let's see. So if we have those. So yeah, and now that I like have the 100 years as a first, I'm just gonna like do it like this. So this should now indicate the survival rates. So yeah, it would be 95 point something and 86.8. Yeah. So that would be it's like 1 in 10,000. So in some sense I want to have that number, if it's like 86, I want it to be high enough so that when I draw this line, so that it or I want it to be low enough so that this line you can clearly see that it doesn't end up in 100, and I think that 86 could be a nice one there. And I don't know, it could be also like closer to, I don't know, like realistic, or it could also be like let's say, what if it was, okay, let's gonna go back to this one. So what if it was like 0.02? So what do we get here? So that would be 79%. Yeah, that would be kind of cool that we get. Yeah, it's been such a long time since I've been playing around with this, so I don't really. I think this, yeah, I think this is the measure for the pink ones. So let's try. So EX1. So we would have like 97. So that's very close. Um, uh, huh. Yeah, I don't think okay, then the next thing that I need is when I have these ones, and I also have these ones, it's gonna be the, so what are the changes? So I have those change variables somewhere here. So I don't need any of these population stuff. Or this one. Yeah, I think this one also, I already have that. So yeah, it's just this. So okay, let's say I have these ones. Now what I need to do is I have to save those old results, and then I have to, then I'm gonna make a small change here. So I'm just gonna now put it to, or actually I'm gonna do this the right way. Yeah. So the ones above, those are gonna be the, oh, they're gonna be the they're gonna be the ones to indicate like what was before, and now I'm gonna calculate these existence and survival values, and I'm gonna save those. So here, just run this. Yeah, I don't need these ones. It's gonna be these three. Yeah, and then I'm gonna use these new values. So now we're gonna see how the small change is gonna affect. And yeah, here we get those comparison. So this should be now the, this just to check. Yeah, it doesn't work. Okay, let's see this one. This should give some dB. It says 0, it should not be 0. Did I do this correctly? I think I did save this one. So did I forget to do this first? Okay, let's go again. Oh, actually, no, let's see. So this first, then I run these two, then I save those results here, and then I'm going to use the new values here and get the results for them. I wonder what's going wrong here. And yeah, here at comparison now. Yeah, okay, now it's working. There's just like very small small changes also. So change in existence. So there's this. So how do I? Oh, these are not the cumulative. Didn't I have the cumulative ones too? Wait a second. No, this should be the cumulative ones because the survival is the immediate one. So what is the scaling here? Like should be, and look at how big these are. It's okay. It's just that because it's just is it just a small change after all? So this is just like yeah, you only save almost 1 year in that period. Like you don't even save a year, and this is like this kind of like the reason that why I have wanted to focus on on human lives, because that kind of like indicates the changes better. But yeah, but we're gonna go with these. I think that's correct one actually. So yeah, before I start putting these like correct values to the graph, I still kind of like have to decide if these are the relevant values, or if these are the like good examples. So so with these ones, yeah, what's the survival rate? It's this P3 79%. So now that we have like the 70%, so it would be 79. I'm still thinking about having it a lot lower, because now the difference is just like it's not very close even. So there's like a in his book, Toby Ord kind of claimed that well, he had like basically the survival rate in his case would have been like 84% in 21-25, and he argued that kind of like third of all kind of like threat to humanity is within the next 100 years. So it would kind of like make it so that like there's kind of like a 50-50 chance on survival altogether. And I'm just kind of like trying to, because I haven't really seen like trying to think like what would be sensible values for the next like 1,000 years after. Maybe I'm just gonna use these that I like have the 2 there, because it's so it would be like 1 in 5,000. Yeah, 1 in 5,000. I want to have there something that is gonna kind of uses some kind of even number So it would be this one. Yeah, and this last one is not going to be relevant. Yeah, let's go with this one. It's like it's not such a big it's not gonna take so much time to if I want to use something else after all, it's not gonna take so much more time to fix it. Come on, how do I get? Yeah, I just have to remove these, or I have to move these arrows around to reach there because it's below. So 1 in 5,000. I'm gonna, yeah, maybe I could make this a little bit bigger now. This could be, okay, I don't know. What if it was 14 in font? On the other hand, I want to, there has to be space to have a lot larger numbers there as well, so this doesn't maybe give that kind of impression that there would be space there. Yeah, it's good to have, I should have it kind of like centered above this box area. And this is correct. This is correct. This is correct. So next thing I just have to change these survival probabilities. So this is gonna be 95.0266. Yeah. This one is going to be 79.3715. I think that's correct. Yeah. Yeah, this is so much like faster to do now because I remember when I did those when I tried out those different numbers with can I make this box a bit bigger with this box when I have those population outcomes there, it was quite a lot of work, I gotta say. I can also make this one a bit smaller, make this a bit straighter. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna change this survival. Change this a bit. I could make this. These boxes don't have to be quite this tall, I think. On the other hand, I do have like quite a lot of vertical space now, so and they could make them a little bit more airy, so maybe it's fine. Yeah, okay, I got to change these numbers, so this should be should be 0.00 0.0095. Wait a minute, should this be this high? I don't know, where did I get this? Where did I get this originally? So 9.5. Yeah, I'm gonna trust the system now. 0. And this one, yeah, it's a little bit less. Yeah, that makes sense. 794. And the last thing should be so this should be 4 just 49, I think. Just like that. Yeah, okay, I haven't changed these yet either. Okay, I'm gonna do this now because so this is the one that I checked before, so 0.83. So, oh yeah, here's a little bit of issue, I think, when I go with these. Maybe it's not such a big issue. Like, just thinking, like, I changed this one. Like, is there gonna be enough decimals in here? Should there be more decimals over here? Yeah, maybe it's something that I don't think the user is gonna mind too much really at this point, or the one who sees the presentation, because they're not gonna. Okay, these screens. Oh. Okay. So what else? Yeah, those these actual like survival numbers. So EX2. So this would be 97.467. Like that. And it's gonna be Yeah, 880 068. Just a little bit. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I have to change this a little bit. Yeah, now the numbers are pretty much okay. I still have to do this one. So it's 2.533. And this one is gonna be 120. No, it's 119.9. Yeah, something like that. Okay. Yeah, maybe I could try to finalize this. I could try to finalize this image now that we have, because now we have the correct values over there. Yeah, I noticed that there's just it's also like a good time to fix if there's anything to fix with these box sizes. So I can notice that this should be a bit well, not maybe it's the other way around, that this box should be to the left a bit and all the contents. So just gonna try to do that just a bit more. Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna put this at 80%. So 50 is okay. Let's also look at this graph in general. So yeah, I have here, I think I have here like the graph outlines. So is everything going straight? As you can see here, there's some is there like there's like no indicator that if it's not straight or This could be a little bit lower. It's a bit like it's a bit all over the place with this one. This could be like it's not really. I don't know. It's kind of behaving like I don't really know how to put it like. Maybe I'm just gonna try to. Do I have to use this one maybe? Yeah, I think this one is gonna work. Yeah, I've thrown this a little bit bad to begin with. So let's just make sure that everything. So this is gonna be 95% here. So I think it's gonna be a bit higher. 95.5. Yeah, that was annoying with these lines that you cannot really. I couldn't really get this coloring to change easily. Okay, what happened here? Okay. Come on. What? Oh, sorry. So, and it's gonna end up in 80%. So if that's like 50, that's gonna be like 75. So it's just a little above it. 50, yeah, around here. And that's gonna be, should be like around 4 times lower than this. I think this should still be a little bit higher. Yeah, but I also have to make sure that this kind of like shows that it's not. There's this change in the angle. Okay, so this is now 0.5. Yeah, how do I? Cannot really. So I'm just gonna do something that's like very close to that orange there. Like this is to, has to be darker. I don't really know. Maybe a little bit redder. It's kind of annoying. Could be a bit darker. It's tricky. Yeah, it doesn't really seem. It doesn't seem to be too good. So again, we're just gonna put everything up there. Yeah, move these just a little bit. I can make them quite close to each other. I think the line is gonna indicate the difference. I think that's actually pretty good. Like explanation also that the yellow line is gonna indicate the. So this yellow, we're just gonna make it just a bit, just a bit more orange and a bit darker. I think that's gonna be okay. Doesn't remember it. I just picked it up and it doesn't remember it. I just use this. Yeah, I'm kind of annoyed that they are a little bit different, but yeah, I haven't figured out how to help that one. Yeah, let's make another one of these. Just gonna put it here like this. Yeah, that's pretty close to what it's gonna look like in the end. Probably gonna do something about the background color of that. Is this one? Okay, it's been in paint. Can I just choose? Can I make this a bit opaque? Yeah, I'm not sure if that's good, but it's something. Yeah, it might be kind of nice actually. So Um, so what was I about to do next? I think I could end the stream right about now, actually. Yeah, some minor adjustments here. Here, yeah, I need to write a new explanation text. Need to change these colors here. And yeah, okay, I'm gonna end this